Welcome to Gospel Diaries, a platform that offers a unique avenue for artists to share their stories, to express their thoughts, emotions, and personal journeys. Today we are with Miss Kim Stratton. Welcome back to Gospel Diaries, y'all. Look to my left. She's on your right. She's still here. You ain't went nowhere. You still here.
I am still here.
Come on, somebody.
And it's by the grace of God.
God.
Oh, I am still here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by the grace of God. Well, the weird thing is that so I was traveling with that first album, going all over the world. That album took me like everywhere. Out the country. I went to Sweden, Denmark, Copenhagen, Canada, Brazil. I mean, that album just had me everywhere. And the weird thing is, when I would travel, nobody knew I was married and they didn't know I had kids. I said, am I doing something wrong? How they don't know I'm a wife and a mom? They said, you just didn't seem like you were a mom. We thought you were single or something. I was like, wow. And so, but I in the streets, I was a celebrity, but at home, I was always mom. I hung the hat of stardom outside my front door, and when I walked in the house, I was not Kim Stratton, the gospel singer. I was Kim Stratton, the mother, the wife.
The mother, the wife. So that means the mother. So how many kids do you have?
4.
Is 4 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
And recently you went through something.
Yeah.
You care to share?
Yeah. My son was killed in a robbery attempt, and 2 years ago, almost 3 now. And I lost my son. He was the third boy. He was the middle child, and he was a mama's boy, straight up mama's boy. And I lost it. That's something you never ever. No mother wants to bury her children. Her children are supposed to bury her. And to have to bury my kid was something, a pain that I don't wish on. I don't even wish it on my worst enemy, because that's something that you can't, and people say, well, it's almost 3 years now. You should get over it. You don't never get over it. You think you over it, and then you hit a trigger, and the trigger so strong that it felt like it just happened yesterday. And so you back at that same level of pain you felt 3 years ago.
So you're constantly at a one-on-one moment with
God.
You never know when it's going to come. You have to find some type of strength, even as the years roll.
And then, he has 3 kids. So I kind of, as the matriarch of my family, I make sure those kids are okay. Well, I don't know if I consider myself good in the sense of, why do bad things happen to good people? I just saw myself as an everyday person trying my best to live the best life I could for the Lord. I had no idea that something like that would happen, but I think God allows things to happen to people that he feels can handle it and not hold him liable. I didn't make God responsible. for my son. Like, if you was God, why didn't you save him? Why didn't you let him duck and the bullet miss him? And all these questions for God. And I didn't charge God, and it didn't deter my relationship with God and how I felt about God. I was singing a few days ago at a church, and the first time I ever said that was, and I was talking about my son on stage, and I said, "The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." God didn't do it, but God didn't stop it either. And so I just asked God to give me grace and give me peace to live life as with a new normal without him in it. And I'm learning how to do that. That's you think you're doing it well, and then one day you get knocked all the way down off your feet. I had a moment today. And then I feel like I'm back at square one all over again, and I got to learn the steps all over again. Therapy helped. I had to seek therapy because I found myself getting depressed, and like deep depression was trying to creep on me. I wouldn't get up, I wouldn't get out of bed, and all of that, and I had to find reasons to get up. And his children were major reasons for me to get up out of bed. And having his his first daughter, having her in my life was the reason for me to get up, because she lives with me. And
it makes me think about a song. It changed the gears a bit. I remember sitting at church. I don't know how I came across it. Was a single you had did, and I remember I took it home and I listened to it. I'm like, this is a bit different, but I'll give it a try. And I'm just listening to it.
So which song was that?
I remember the day that we fell in love. Let's journey back to that time. We spent long together. I was like, oh my God, that became my favorite song.
God gives me songs, and I wrote that, and my writing style was never one that I could pinpoint and say, this is my style of writing. Because I wrote that, I remember when, when I wrote that one, and then I wrote the song you just sung. Which one?
What Happened to Our Love? He was like,
what happened? What happened? What? Whatever happened to our love? I had a thing about singing in minor keys. Minor keys to me turn the heart of God. Some musicians felt like a lot of musicians felt like minor keys are dark. And you don't travel down that road with dark keys like that.
We took long walks as we talked to each other, just you and I alone. I miss my time with you. Can you tell me what happened to our love?
A book in it that it pulled out.
Oh,
it was on Jehovah Jireh
Whatever
record.
Happened to Our Love. It was called Whatever Happened to Our Love. Yeah,
that was a very good presentation on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good pictures in there.
Do you know that was actually my diary?
What?
When you opened the book and you saw all that writing and all that stuff, that was actually my diary.
What?
Yeah. They scanned it and kind of put fade to it.
Wow.
But that was actually pages from my diary.
Hi, Eric Maurice Clark. If you are enjoying this content, would you consider supporting us? The information is on the screen. We want to bring you more content, but we need your support. What's going on, Gospel Diaries? Listen, we are back. A lot have transpired, as you can see.
Y'all should have heard the B-roll.
You really should have.
I was like, I don't even know why he didn't keep the cameras rolling. because some of that stuff. Well, some of everything. Bishop Bill used to say, all things are lawful but not expedient. Some things ain't you can't talk about. But and we're gonna leave it right there. Anyway, this is your show. Go ahead.
But in case you are, I don't know if I shared this, but me and Sister Kim, I was just call her Auntie Kim. Like we were raising. Well, I was raised at Christ Temple Church, and she said that she came in 1980. So that was 4 years before I was born. So I've been knowing her practically all my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if that's 80, 84, yeah.
I was like in the early '80s. We joined there.
Yeah. So look, I'm thinking about
what you thinking
your
about?
song "Broken," right? So I had a chance to look at some comments on YouTube, and there was one comment.
I really think you've been stalking me.
Yeah.
Cause he on YouTube. I mean, all his information is accurate.
I was researching.
Okay, what you did?
Oh, you know
the comments.
Yeah, so the comments, like this one thing that stood out to me. This guy, I believe he was a guy. He said that he was in jail, and he heard that song "Broken," and he said it was 5 years later, and he's free. So when you hear messages like that from songs that the Lord is giving you, like how do you take that? What's your response?
I know that when God gives me something, especially when it's hard to birth it in the spirit realm or even in the natural realm, I know that if it's hard for me to do it, it's going to bless somebody. The enemy doesn't want that out there because it's going to touch somebody like that guy. And it's going to make him, number one, forgive himself. And then number one, begin to see God and to know that God can love me past my sins. Songs, I try not to write or sing a song that I don't feel. If I can't feel it, I can't sing it. I can't deliver it. Because my mama used to say, you don't feel it down in your shando, it has to be in my shando. And then I could deliver the song. So when I wrote Broken was it's an exaggeration of my story, but it was me.
Can you share a little bit about that, please?
So Broken was, it's like God will let you he'll call you to something, let you like it, and let you fall in love with it, let you have fruit from it, and then he'll drop down the requirements sheet like phew. So you want to say yes? Okay. All right. Boom. That list too long to be saying yes to. But you so into it, you so far deep into it that you like you halfway to the shore and you halfway in the deep. So you make a decision: am I gonna swim to the shore, or am I drowning out here in the deep? And so I chose to if I have to feel my music for it to be a deliverance to you, then I will wear that cross.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if I have to be the vessel, if I'm gotta go through it, I just gotta know God's with me. And if you with me, and then if it get a little hard and it get real hard, I need you to come, like step in and make every crooked road straight and be there with me.
Talk about the platform, Shekinah Glory Ministries. How did you connect with that?
So I was in California in a hotel. I was there for a concert that week, and I came in kind of early, and they stuck me in this hotel that was like 40 miles, 50 miles from where the venue was supposed to be. And then the person that was driving me was he was at work. And so I'm like, for 2 or 3 days, I'm just stuck in a hotel. And I get up and leave and go get something to eat and come back and, do what I had to do. But during the daytime, God just kept like downloading broken to me. And when I got finished writing it, I mean, I wrote it for I worked on it for morning to night for 3 or 4 days straight while I was in that hotel. And when I got finished with it, I said, well, now what am I supposed to do with this? I said, am I supposed to record this? And I was like, no, I don't think I'm supposed to record this. And it hit me. I called Bernie. I said, Bernie, y'all recording? He said, yeah, but we're not taking no more interviews. We finished. We can record in a couple of weeks. And I said, Bernie, I got your last song. He was like, what? Are you serious, Kim? He said, send it to me. And I sent him Broken. And he said, oh my God, this is what we've been missing. And they took it. Yeah. And so I thought somebody else was going to lead. And they was like, no, can you come and do a feature and lead your own song? And every time we went to rehearsal, that I came to rehearsal, when we got finished singing Broken, they would have to dismiss rehearsal for 30 minutes to let everybody get themselves back together, because it would wreck the place to the point that they couldn't even sing no more. And it was amazing how God did that. But I never thought in a million years that the song I wrote in California would, number one, be on Shekinah Glory's project. Number two, that it would, people would love it, and that it would get over 5 million hits. I had no idea when I recorded the first project. I don't know if you were old enough to remember, but when God put worship inside of me and told me to deliver this message to the world, I'm not saying black churches weren't doing worship in the early 90s, but it wasn't popular. They were still doing testimony service. So when God gave me worship, and then not only did he give it to me, but he brought it to mainstream radio. So I was probably the first to bring worship to mainstream radio. Majesty, we look to your throne. Humbly we bow. Your majesty. We look to your throne. Humbly we bow. Your majesty. I think my friend Joe wrote that. Your majesty. Your majesty. We look to your throne. Humbly we bow. Your majesty. You see, your majesty. Your majesty. Your majesty. Your majesty. We look to your throne. Humbly we bow. Your majesty. Man, oh my God. I will praise thee, my God. I will bless thy name forevermore. Every day I will bless thee, and I will praise thy name. I promise I'll do it forever. All those type of songs that I was recording, it was not popular in the African American church. We were still singing I'm climbing up on the rough side of the mountain, and how you gonna pay your rent and all your money spent, a little bit to buy some food, baby need a pair of shoes. And God says, I don't want you to sing about that. That's the struggle. I want you to sing the deliverance. I want you to tell the people that if you do this, then you don't have to worry about how you gonna pay your rent and all your money spent. And the key was worshiping God. The key was opening yourself, becoming vulnerable to what God's plan was for your life, and dying to yourself. But God is a gentleman. He won't do nothing without your permission.
It reminds me of your song. It's such an honor. It's such a privilege.
Oh
it's my choice. It's my choice.
I have never been interviewed by somebody that knows this much about all my music. This is unbelievable.
It's my choice, you know.
You know, that's the thin line. It's scary that you know this much about me.
I'm a historian.
You know my Social Security number. I wrote that one. For it's an honor. It's my pleasure. You singing in the wrong key. You got me in it.
I'm not a singer.
For it's an honor. It's my pleasure. Such a privilege. It's my choice. I never want to leave this place.
And then when you turn it around, I never want.
I never want. I never want to leave. Don't wanna leave. Don't wanna leave. I like what I feel when I'm here. I never want to leave this place. Oh God.
Yes.
It's my choice. I never want. Don't wanna leave. Don't wanna leave this place. Don't wanna leave this place. I never want to leave.
Okay.
How did you connect with Pastor Bill Winston?
Bill Winston. I used to sing there a lot.
Okay.
And I was I think I had left 38th Street, and I wanted a church to go to. And my thirst and my hunger level, my appetite was changing. And so for what I needed, that led me to Bill Winston's church. I didn't go there because, it was becoming one of the hot spots in the city. I went there because what he had inside of him, I needed. And I hadn't been there that long. And Donald came to me one Sunday. Donald came to me and he said, Kim, we're working on this project. And I would love to have you be a part of it. Number one, I'm flowing.
Right.
I knew Donald, but for him to be working on a project and to ask me to be a part, to include me in it, I was humbled. And I was like, he said, you got any material? And I was like, yes. I said, I got this one song. And he said, well, come to rehearsal and bring it to the next rehearsal. And so I came to rehearsal and I taught, favor ain't fair, but it sure feels fabulous. And I wrote that Pastor Winston was preaching.
What?
Yeah. So I had wrote it there and never thought that I would have an opportunity to present it in the same house that I wrote it in. And number one, it wasn't quite worship. It didn't have that worship feel to it because it was Favor Ain't Fair was more of a neo soul kind of vibe to it. Uh, Donald said I sound like uh, what's the girl that do neo soul?
Not Eric.
Not Erica. Jill Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, he said you got Jill Scott vibe with that, and he loved it.
Yeah.
And they fell in love because we was working on all the songs on the project, and every time it was time to do Favor Ain't Fair, everybody was like, "Yay, yay!" It was exciting, and never in a million years would I thought that because Donald had two songs on the project, and I wrote one song, and then Donald asked me to lead another song.
Is that awesome?
Awesome. See there?
No, I was.
See there? See there?
I was listening. Come on.
See there? I think this dude know my social security number. We did that song, and it brought the house down that night at the recording. And when it was time to make a decision for what the first single was going to be, Donald and Ed Tucker and all of them hands down said Favor Ain't Fair should be the first.
Wait, Ed Tucker is a part of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Donald was the out front person, and Ed Tucker was the behind the scenes person. But that whole album got Ed's stamp all over it because Donald trusted Ed to make sure that the project went smooth.
Wow.
I like it when people interview me, and instead of digging into the music, the why, and the when, and the how all of that happened, when they ask me about me. When you want to know, like you said in the first clip, who is Kim? Who is Kim as a wife or mom? People get so caught up in your music and they don't see you as a person. And I'm a human with feelings. And so when people actually check on me and to see how I'm doing or ask me about me, that means a lot to me. Yeah, especially like when I lost my son, and to see the genuine concern and compassion for people, and to giving me my space to grieve, but being there for me. Because a lot of times they wanted to talk and I didn't want to talk. I shut down and turned all the way off. And God graced me with people in my life that didn't take that personal, and they cared about me. The more I tried to push people away, the more they cling to me and said, "We ain't gonna let you go. You're not gonna suffer in silence, and you're not going to go through this alone. We're here. We ride or die. We with you on this." And when they were concerned about me, I think if people they get so caught up in the gift and the talent, and what that does, that they forget about there's an individual behind all of that. Yeah.
That's the reason why I started this show, honestly, because like when I was younger, I used to enjoy the music, and I wanted to learn more about the people that was performing it, and like I just wanted to let them know that they were appreciated. So that's why I really started, and it's been my niche in life. Because I believe when we as a people are inspired, we do better at aiming toward our goals and our dreams. And a lot of people don't aim towards anything because they're not inspired.
Yeah.
You know, so
Something has to give you inspiration.
yeah.
I got a dream, but I don't know how to push it forth, and I don't know how to make it happen. So since you're doing it, um, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of the God in you. I'm jealous of your dreams and your success, and you're climbing, and you taking yourself out of bad situations and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps through the grace of God, and you're living your best life. I don't know how to do that. So since I can't do that, I'm not happy that you know that you're doing it. And while everybody was loving the ministry, people will walk up. You just don't know your ministry blessed me, and it did this. Like you talking about the guy, or when you sung that's more than enough. I was about to commit suicide, and that song stopped me dead in my tracks. And so um, it was blessing the body of Christ, but the same ministry was wreaking havoc in my home. And my marriage was falling apart. Uh, and the gift that was blessing people was, I felt like it was a blessing and a curse.
Was there any shame there? Any embarrassment?
Yeah.
How did you deal with that?
Well,
So how do you deal with that?
how did you accept it, and then you just you move on. You can't lock yourself into that. You just say, hey, this is what it is what it is, and then you kind of like move forward. But I decided not to make his problems my problems, and I decided not to wear his burden on my shoulders.
That's a lot of times. That's what life. A lot of people, we do that in life when we're not healed. Is that we allow our burdens to become other people's
Hurt
burdens.
people, hurt people.
That's true, and I've learned that.
Hurt people, hurt people. That's all they know. I hurt, you hurt, we hurt. You know, and until you're healed and delivered. That's why, remember, uh, at the peak of my career, I was nominated for Stellas, Doves, and Grammys, everything. Out my success outside of the home was on 10. My success inside the home was on 1. And so, to save my marriage, I walked away from my career for 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
When you didn't remember that long break where I wasn't doing anything, I did it to save my marriage.
Oh, okay.
And then after 3 years, I mean, but one thing I must say, I learned that during that process, because you can't always blame one person. You got, I was like, God, you said, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. And I've been a blessing to the body of Christ, and I got fruit to prove it and all this stuff. And he's hurting me, and he's, this is going wrong and all that stuff. I need you to fix it. He said, okay, I'll fix it, but let's start with you. Like, me? What'd I do? He said, number one, you're out of order. I said, how? He said, number one, what's more important to you? What's first on your list? I said, you are. He said, what's next? I said, the ministry. What's next? I said, the family. When you say family, what do you mean? I said, the kids. He said, and then I said, oh, my husband? He said, that's off. He said, your first ministry is to me, then your husband, then your children, then your gift. And I had the gift way up there and I had him way down there. And so during those 3 years when he asked me to come home and be a wife and a mother, I did. And I learned what the structure and the order was. And I became the wife and the mom. And I did ministry when it was convenient to do it.
Right.
And that's how but after 3 years I came home and he was talking about you did it right, but I'm just not happy. I said, wait, you just let me spend 3 years of my life to pick up my career, walk away from it and come home and do this and to say this marriage, and then you say it ain't me now, it's just you. And so then we went through that process and then we wound up getting a divorce. I think we were unequally yoked. People think unequally yoked is a saint and a sinner. It's two people that don't agree, don't have the same vision, don't have the same aspirations.
So you have the new project out. Well, it's fairly new. Anything else new with Sister Kim?
Um, just I love being um, Reverend Jesse Jackson told me I was a chef for 10 years, personal chef at Rainbow Push for 10 years. And Rev used to say, Kim Stratton feeds you body and soul. So, I love the ministry, but I also love the food side of my business. Um, and that the food side of my business has opened up so many doors. It's weird because a church will call me and say, Miss Stratton, can you come sing? And you tell them what your honorarium is. Oh, we can't afford that. And they don't want to give you no money. And then a couple months later, they'll call you back. We got a banquet. Can you come cook? And then they give you $5,000 to feed the people. I was like, this is backwards. So you ain't got nobody to pay me to sing, but you got a whole lot of money to pay me to feed you.
Thank you so much. Let me shake your hand, Mom.
Oh,
Thank you
you
so
are
much
so
for this
welcome.
opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my house.
Oh yeah. By the way, y'all, you all know I travel. Gospel Diaries travel. So I got on a plane and came all the way to Houston, Texas. One reason why I came, well, two reasons why I came here, and one of the reasons is sitting right here.
And so a lot of people don't even know I moved. So I live in Texas now. I'm in Chicago a lot. I work in Chicago. I sleep in Houston. After I lost my son, this Houston became my place of solitude. So um, I'm there a lot, but Houston is home. And they was like, but I see you in Chicago all the time. I said, I work there. I don't live there.
Right. Do you have a website for it?
KimStratton'sKitchen.com.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure all of that is on the screen.
Yeah.
I want you all to go listen to her music in this place. If you're gonna listen to the first project, listen to either I'm in this place or Leave Me. Second project, You Are My God, and probably New Life. Listen to those, and just embrace her, embrace her. And until next time, as I always say, love on someone and you will change your life. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Peace.